Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me again today. Today I want to talk about stop wasting their time and yours. Stop wasting their time and yours. What do I mean by that? Let me share with you some data points that I think you might find fascinating. When a seller meets with a buyer, let's say a decision maker, did you know that 77% of buyers found no value in meeting with that salesperson? 77% found no value. This is according to a study done by Accenture titled Death of a Salesman. How appropriate, right? 77%. Only 8% believed that the actual seller had knowledge about their business. Let me say that again. Only 8% of buyers believed that the salesperson understood their business. This was a study done by Forrester. So let's wrap these two data points up. 1, 77% of buyers found no value when meeting with the salesperson. Only 8% basically believe that the salesperson understood their business, which in the end means they didn't. Again, 92% did not believe that you, the salesperson, understood their business. And if you're a business owner, a corporate owner, a CEO, CXO, and the salesperson doesn't understand your business, then why would you listen to that salesperson? Because they're in there just trying to peddle a product. See, these are real hard numbers to swallow, because if 77% of buyers found no value in the presentation and only 8% said, hey, that person really understood my business, that means we as salespeople are failing dramatically. And by the way, these are B2B scenarios. So again, a lot of time we spend, doing all kinds of things, but one of the things we fail to spend time on is actually understanding the customer's business. See, look, I want you to think about a Venn diagram, and I want you to think about 3 overlapping circles, right? 3 overlapping circles. And the first circle is the domain of knowledge of your product. You have to understand your product or your service, right? You really have to have great product knowledge. Next, you have to understand your customer's business. How does your product or service, how does it help your customer? Do you understand their business? And where those two overlap, that's where you're selling. You understand your product, but you also understand how it's going to help their business. The third circle is the market in general. The business market you're selling into. If you can understand your product, you can understand your customer's business, but you can also understand the broader picture of the market, what's going on, the dynamics, then you are truly selling value. You are truly doing it. Because again, what do customers want? They want you to help them understand the market. They want you to show them. Remember the value trinity I always talk about. Help them increase revenue, reduce costs, or expand market share. Let me say it again. How can your product or service help them increase revenue, reduce costs, or expand market share? If you can show them how your product or service can do that, you are now selling value. But beyond that, you got to quantify that value. If I'm going to show you how I'm going to increase your revenue using my product or service, I'm going to tell you by how much, or at least give you a range. If I can help you reduce your cost, I'm going to give you a range. By how much? That's what customers want. Look, customers today are overwhelmed with a lot of information, and what they want to do is meet with people like you who understand your product, their business, and the market in general. Again, too many salespeople are just lazy. Maybe that's one category. A lot of people are just lazy when it comes to selling. They just want to study their product, go in there, do the presentation, and not really care about the customer's business. If that's you, you will always struggle in selling. Also, another category of salespeople is maybe you're scared. Maybe you're scared to talk about what's going on in the market. Maybe you're afraid to ask questions about their business. Well, guess what? until you jump in, like fully commit to understanding your product, the market, and their business, you won't sell effectively. The more you know about your product, the more you know about the market, the more you know about their business, the more your confidence will grow. And when your confidence grows because you have more knowledge, you've talked to many customers, you understand the business. Now you're selling not scared, but you're selling with conviction. And again, customers can smell this, right? Customers can smell when a person knows what they're talking about, when a salesperson comes in and really understands the value, or when they simply have what we call commission breath. All they want to do is close a deal and make a commission. What they're looking for, what this data is telling us, 77% of buyers found no value in the conversation. Only 8% believed that salespeople understood their business. What the market is saying, what our customers are saying is we need salespeople to come visit us that can provide value, understand the market and our business. And lastly, if you don't know, let's say you're not lazy. Let's say maybe you're a little scared. But again, maybe you simply don't know. Then you have to find a way to acquire this knowledge. Now, I've had salespeople say, well, Victor, our company really doesn't provide a great training program. We really don't have, a 2-week training program so we can get up to speed or any type of orientation process. Our company really lacks blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, you, the salesperson, are accountable for your knowledge. Whether it's product knowledge, business knowledge, or market knowledge, you are responsible. If the company offers training, great. But if they don't, then you have access to all this information, something called the internet. You may have heard of it. All the information is there. There's so many tools out there today, so many marketing tools that you can use to gather information on your customer, their business, what's going on in the market, that there is no excuse for you not to know. So you want to be a great producer, you want to be a top guy, you want to sell effectively, you want to be the number one salesperson in your organization, learn your product, learn your service, learn their business, really learn their business, and then understand what's going on in the market. The potential for you to sell more deals, close more deals, make more money is right in front of you. All you have to do is put in a little effort up front. And I'm telling you, once you're able to understand what you sell, once you're able to understand what the customer does, once you're able to understand the different movements in the market, selling will not be a chore. It will become a pleasure. And when you close more deals and you start making more money and your company starts benefiting, everybody wins, especially if you offer value to all your customers. And that's it for the Sales Influence Podcast. Don't forget to leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. And by the way, I really do apologize for being on my soapbox on that one. Oh well. Anyway, I greatly appreciate any feedback you'll give me. Also, check out my online sales training platform, the Sales Mastery Academy. You know the deal. 25 plus courses, 300 plus videos, my 13 books, and if you're serious about increasing your close rate, upselling, cross-selling, talking to customers, doing all the things you need to do to sell more effectively, check out salesmasteryacademy.us. That's salesmasteryacademy.us. Lastly, I want to thank you for listening. This is Victor Antonio. Always remind. Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.